Well, hello there everybody, welcome back to the channel. Dodgy Gamer here, and I'm here with a little introduction, a little hopefully mini video, just to introduce you to my new main save for Football Manager 2021, which is a return to my roots on this channel. It's breaking the big three. Now, when I started doing Football Manager content on YouTube almost 3 years ago, I followed my own advice, which, you can check out elsewhere on the channel. I followed my own advice and went with a team that I knew, went with a team local to a place I used to live in. I went with Gençler Birliği of Ankara in Turkey, and I came up with the idea that Turkey's got these big three clubs, so I wanted to break the big three, Beşiktaş, Galatasaray, Fenerbahçe. I wanted to knock them off their perch and establish a new dominant force in Turkish football. Now, there was a plan to continue to revisit this concept for Football Manager 2019. Unfortunately, life had other plans. I had to step away from the channel, step away from content creation for a while. But now I've been thinking, scratching my head, what am I going to do for Football Manager 2021? And this was the idea I came up with. Let's revisit breaking the big three. Now, this is a situation that is, of course, not unique to Turkey. There are other countries around the world where three teams have come to dominate the league. Holland with Ajax, PSV, Feyenoord, Greece with AEK Athens, Olympiakos and Panathinaikos. But the main one, the one that caught my attention, the one which, if you'll excuse the green screen blocking out the stripes, the one I have the shirt for, Portugal. Now, I think Portuguese football and everybody thinks Porto, Benfica, Sporting Lisbon, three giants of the European game, have dominated Portuguese football and have had success in Europe as well. So my mission in Football Manager 2021 is going to be to break that dominance, to do what I did with Gençler Birliği back on Football Manager 2018, break the dominant run of the big three and establish a new domestic force and hopefully take them on to some European success as well. Now, those of you who know me know I like my clubs to be something a little bit obscure. Now, that could be an obscure club in the sense that they have no real history. Nobody's ever heard of them before. It could be an obscure club based on some interesting backstory they have. Or it could be an obscure club based on their location. And definitely location is what I'm thinking of here. Now, the club I have chosen, as you know, because it's been up here the whole time, is Santa Clara. Why is their location unusual? Well, this is actually one of the most remote football teams in Europe. They are located way out in the mid-Atlantic on the Azores Islands. Now, Santa Clara have been a mainstay in the Portuguese Premier League for quite some time. They've been up there, they're an established team, but they've never really won anything. So that's my aim, to take this team from this tiny little collection of islands, literally in the middle of nowhere, and turn them into a dominant force in their domestic league. So it's very much a back to basics. That's why I didn't come up with any fancy intro, any funny sketch, any backstory that I created by myself this time. I just want this to be back to basics. We're going to do some pure Let's Play Football Manager, building up a team. If you do like the sketches and the stories, though, International Manager of Mysteries coming out soon, you should check that one out. But anyway, today we're not going to do any gameplay. We're not really going to get into it. It's just, like I said, a very quick introduction to the series and my thinking behind it. But I have had a thought about how we're going to set up the manager, so I'm going to do that bit with you today. We're going to start a new game, but we're not going to use Dodgy Gamer as the profile this time. We are going to do something that links back to a previous series on the channel. So here we go, Portuguese Premier Division, the Liga Nos, as it's called here, Santa Clara. The only team from the Azores in the top flight. There are other teams from the Azores who play in lower divisions, but I want this to be a save where I've got the time to win the league and to progress into Europe. With FC Andorra last time, we had that few seasons, 5 or 6 seasons of battling our way to the top flight and then establishing ourselves as one of the better teams in the top flight. I want to cut to the chase here and immediately start working towards that first league title. So in terms of leagues, I've of course got all the Portuguese divisions in here. Then we got Brazil, because why not? Brazil's going to be such a great source of potential regens for us. And then we've got the top leagues from Europe, England, France, Germany, Italy, Spain, top 2 divisions of each, and Turkey, because, we always like to load Turkey and a bit of tip in the hat to the old original series on this channel. And while that database is setting up, I'm just going to talk a bit about my aims for the series. So what I'm thinking is, first season, obviously, we need to stabilise everything. We need to get familiar with the club. We're not going to be too worried about winning anything. We just want to meet those board targets. As a minimum, we'll find out exactly what those are in a moment. Then I'm looking from there on to start building the team, start kicking on from the second season onwards. I would aim by the end of season 4, into season 5 to become serious contenders for the Portuguese title. Hopefully by the end of season 5 we'll be able to win the Portuguese title, or at least come close. And from there on, between years 5 and 10, we'll be looking to push on, win more titles to dominate, and start to make waves in Europe as well. So anyway, as I said, this is not going to be Dodgy Gamer managing here. We're going to set up a new profile, a throwback to a previous series. So I'm going to use the Create a Face feature here. Do you recognise this guy? If you were watching last time out, Football Manager 2020, you should. This is the Andorran icon, Jose Francisco Perez. I got a screen grab of him before we, ended Football Manager 2020. So this is him right at the end of the game when he was about 29 years old. So we've advanced his age a little bit. We're going to make him 32 here, and we're going to see how does the Football Manager 2021 face generator handle a Football Manager 2020 new gen picture. Now, for those of you who don't know, while I try to click these dots in the right place, Jose Francisco Perez was an absolute icon for FC Andorra in our Football Manager 2020 save. He was with us right from the start, from the second Division B. He played in every division. He scored in every division. He scored in Europe. He scored for the international team as well. He was at one point the record goal scorer for the international team. Wasn't something that he held on to, of course, but that's why we are picking him and we are having him in our new game. All right, let's see what this turns out like. It could be something completely hideous, but we want Jose Francisco Perez to live on. He lives on in our hearts. He'll live on in our Football Manager 2021 save as well. Okay, that looks nothing like him, but, fine. Okay, we'll go with it. We will roll with it. We need to change the hair, definitely. He needs a new hairstyle. More kind of, side parting. That's what Jose Francisco Perez goes for, as we know. There you go. We'll give him a short back and sides. Obviously, we've got to set that to a nice brown colour, more befitting of him as well. And in terms of attire, we've got to go for the Andorran colours, haven't we? There you go. Yellow, blue and red. The Andorran colours looks great. So we go with the Taskmaster, who's obviously much more of an attacking player, quite good technically. He had strong mental stats as well, so that's what we'll go with. So there you go, Jose Francisco Perez is appointed manager of Santa Clara. Raising eyebrows, even though, I guess this is his first job in club management. Let's have a look. We'll have a quick look right now at the expectations, and then we'll wrap things up and start the first proper episode soon. You see, in terms of trophies, they've won the second division in its various guises a couple of times, and the third division, but no cup wins, no national title wins. That's what we're going to try and fix. So here we go, the club vision. This is what they want to play, entertaining football. Well, okay. We'll go for an attacking style, develop players using the club's youth system. That's what we always like to hear. Sign players from the lower levels of the domestic game, so they want us scouring the second and third tier of Portuguese football. Sign Brazilian players? Well, if you insist, that's what we'll do. Sign young players to develop for profit. Now, this is where we could have a bit of a clash further down the line when they start selling off our best players. Grow the club's reputation, that's certainly what we want to do. And, of course, work within the wage budget. In terms of competition expectations, they want us to avoid a relegation battle this season. So do I. They want us to work towards becoming self-sustainable, which suggests there might be a bit of debt clearance to do. And then they want top half finish from there on out. And then they want the self-sustainable by the end of the 2023-2024 season. So there you have it. The game's just saving off on initial setup. Jose Francisco Perez, Andorran icon, takes the Santa Clara hot seat. I just love how quick that game saves. Absolutely fantastic. And that's the setup. That's the logic behind it. I hope that's something you're going to be interested in. Let me know by hitting that like button, dropping comments down below, subscribing to the channel. if you haven't done so already. I'm Dodgy Gamer, and I'll see you in the Azores very soon.